Did you in fact commit those acts?
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
Have you ever solicited for prostitution in New York?
Same answer.
Have you ever solicited a minor for prostitution anywhere at any time?
I'd like to answer that question, but today I'm going to have to assert my Fifth Amendment rights.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Here's a tough question for any criminal enterprise. How do you get very rich, very powerful, very famous people to do whatever you want them to do? Well, that's a big question for our government, which of course is a criminal enterprise. And the answer to that question is right here. 30 years ago, Bill Gates was the most powerful and rich guy in the whole country. He was the richest man in the world. He ran the most successful and largest software company in the world, Microsoft. And Bill Gates could just pretty much do whatever he wants. The only way to really get him to bend to your will would not be to try and buy him out. That's not possible. Or extort his company. No, it's too public, too famous. It would be to get compromising material on him. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is a great little article how Bill Gates, some 30 years older than a Russian bridge player, we don't actually know how old she was, she might have been underage, at the time, with an alleged affair, Jeffrey Epstein set them up. Well, would you look at that? He allegedly threatened to report Microsoft's co-founder's affair after she met Gates in 2012. Oh, wait, so here's Jeffrey Epstein threatening, blackmailing the most powerful man on earth. And what happened next? Well, Bill Gates went into business with Jeffrey Epstein and funded a bunch of left-wing causes and started a bunch of liberal nonprofits and did everything that Jeffrey Epstein wanted him to do. And everything any Democrat has wanted him to do since. Because, well, guess what they had? Probably video at Jeffrey Epstein's mansion in the Upper West Side in New York, if you know what I mean. That's how you control people. That's how it happens. If they do things that the regime doesn't want them to do, like let's say you trot out a big-time celebrity and you say, you're going to endorse our deep state candidate, our puppet for office. And then they do this.
This emergency that we're in, I think that behooves artists to come out and speak for Kamala against Donald Trump, because he is an existential threat to the country. What do you say to that?
You know what? I don't get too deep into politics. I didn't get a chance to watch the debate last night. I obviously have been watching like everybody else. I think voting is an individual choice. And I think that you're right. You have to look at the reality of the country that we are and the country that we want to be. And find the candidate that you feel both are who fits the category of where we want to be. And that's it. And that's what you vote based off of. Who you highlight and how you choose to highlight it on whatever platform you have.
He didn't
is your
endorse Kamala.
prerogative.
Yes.
Uh-oh. He just said vote. Vote however you want.
Really,
You just said vote however you want. That wasn't part of the script. Don't you understand, Ursher, that we got you? Don't you understand that you are owned? Please. He was made to understand. And then hours later, look at Usher dancing like a little puppet in front of a Kamala rally. Oh, wow. Doing little TikToks with Kamala.
Oh, them? No. But in the club, we all fam. What? In the club, we all fam.
Oh, man.
I don't. In the
It's called a humiliation ritual. Pretty popular. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just this example, although this would be damning enough. You can find other examples like, former Playboy model claims Sean Diddy Combs made her watch Jennifer Lopez freak off. Oh. Okay. Well, Jennifer Lopez and Diddy did date for quite a long time. Surely Jennifer Lopez knows everything that happened, or the vast majority of it. And then, lo and behold, look at this. This article comes out the same week as Jennifer Lopez is on stage embracing Kamala Harris in a shock campaign move that nobody was expecting. You see how it works? Yeah. Celebrities are lawyering up to avoid testifying in Diddy's sex trafficking trial. TMZ's Harvey Weinstein weighs in the prosecution's case. Former stylist testifies to witnessing violence against Diddy's ex-girlfriend. Turns out that lawyers are really worried. I've heard there are some celebrities worried about being called to testify and have lawyered up in order to fight. any type of testifying, says Harvey Levin of TMZ. Oh boy, what could possibly be revealed here? Well, something amazing, pretty astonishing, was revealed just today at the Diddy trials. Look at this. Diddy trial stunned as witness reveals that A-list Hollywood celebrity spy Mike Myers is a CIA asset? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Mike Myers' secret ties to the CIA and Secret Service. Oh, man. How deep is the deep state? Well, here we go. Sean Combs' sex trafficking and racketeering trials on its fourth week. The music mogul could spend the rest of his life in prison if found guilty of using his wealth and pay him to run a criminal enterprise. Diddy's ex-employees took a central role in the third week of the sex trafficking trial, including his personal assistant, who says the hip-hop mogul was capricious, controlling, and violent. Much of the case has been presented by prosecutors so far revolved around accusations that Combs physically and sexually abused his girlfriend for years and coerced her into sexual encounters. Okay. Men were paid thousands of dollars to have sex with her. Diddy denies these allegations against him. The lawyers admit that he's a woman beater, although he does not face domestic abuse charges, and says that he's not guilty. All right, here we go. Diddy attorney Brian Steele showed the jury a resume that Mia presented before she was hired as Diddy's personal assistant. So they're talking to the Diddy personal assistant. She said on her resume that she'd previously handled unique requests for Mike Myers. She said she once set up a private and confidential CIA meeting by corresponding with Secret Service agents and government officials. Why would Mike Myers need to go to the CIA? Mia told the court last week that she worked for Myers as well as Harvey Weinstein, ex-wife Georgina Chapman. Well, before she was employed by Diddy. Okay, so got it. So you go Harvey Weinstein, then you go running CIA ops for Mike Myers, and then you go to Diddy. Do you understand? Myers famously visited the CIA headquarters in 2009. The Canadian comedian toured the CIA's museum, had lunch with agents, telling him he was grateful for their service. Myers also paid tribute to his mother during the visit. She was a British Royal Air Force spy who held a security clearance. Well. You know, it's pretty interesting, this Mike Myers connection, because Mike Myers was a shock name that was called as a witness at the beginning of the trial. The court was stunned, the jurors were stunned, that Mike Myers' name was top of the list in a government witnesses call. Now, why would that be? Because of this scene in Austin Powers, where Austin Powers falls down and there's a Diddy tattoo on, look at that. There's a Diddy tattoo right there on the buttocks of Dr. Evil, who just escaped prison. What the hell is that about? And then lo and behold, just like with J-Lo and just like with Ursher, Mike Myers has suddenly been used in left-wing propaganda for globalists. What are the odds? You know what? It's just crazy. What are the odds? You've never seen Mike Myers in anything political. You've never seen Mike Myers go to bat for anything domestic or foreign in the political realm. He stayed very well out of it, but now he's here to sully his reputation because I think he's a good comedian. He's made some classic works of entertainment. Everyone agrees with that. And now Mike Myers, for some reason, has taken a rabid left-wing anti-Trump bent. Boy, what could that be? Here's Mike Myers cutting commercials for globalist lib Mark Carney up in Canada before the election.
Mr. Prime Minister, Mike Myers, what are you doing here? I just thought I'd come up and check on things.
You live in the States.
Yeah, but I'll always be Canadian.
But you live in the States.
Yeah, so?
Do you remember Mr. Dressup?
The children's show on CBC?
What were the names of Mr. Dressup's two puppet friends?
Casey and Finnegan?
Bud the
Spud?
Howie?
Meeker?
Capital Saskatchewan.
Regina?
Tragically.
Hip?
You're a defenseman defending a 2-on-1. What do you do?
Take away the pass, obviously.
What are the 2 seasons in Toronto?
Winter and construction?
Wow. You really are Canadian.
Yeah. But let me ask you, Mr. Prime Minister, Will there always be a Canada? There will always be a Canada. All right, elbows up. Elbows up.
Oh, man. Is it a CIA op? How deep does the deep state go? Diddy victims set up CIA tour for Mike Myers. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, do you need any further proof of how the setup works? How much more physical evidence can we show you that what Diddy was just the Epstein of the entertainment and music industry? He was just Epstein 2.0. To be used until his usefulness was over. Then they take all the tapes, and then all the celebrities are theirs. They can do whatever they want with them, right? Boy, Mark Carney went on to win in Canada. Oh, what a real shocker there. After conservatives were up like by 90 points. Just collapsed everything in the last month. Curious, really unique. Goodness gracious. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not in one of the Diddy tapes, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you are on the Diddy tapes, then it'll work.